Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, I have a first question. It's your first big action movie since Die Another Day, and how does it feel to come back in that kind of character, and why did you wait 12 years?
Well, I probably should have picked up the gun sooner. That's what my wife said over breakfast the other day. But, you know, you pick up the gun when you pick up the gun, I guess. After the curtain fell on my days as James Bond, there was a certain, I think, a kind of a vacuum there and an itch, desire of unfinished business somewhat. My producing partner, Marie St. Clair, created, out of the days of James Bond, Irish Dreamtime, and we've made 10 movies. Thomas Crown Affair, Matador, etc. But what we didn't have was an action movie. And, she found these books by Bill Granger 5 years ago. We optioned book number 7, the title being There Are No Spies. And you have what you see now, this character. It took 5 years to develop it, not on a day-to-day basis, obviously. I go off and make other movies, and then we'd always come back to the character and sit with the writers. And we had 3 drafts, and the draft that you see now is the 3rd one. So that's some of the embroidery of why it took so long, but I'm very proud of the film. It's a very handmade, rough-hewn production, made with friends, Butch Donaldson being one, Bo Marie, my partner, Marco Beltrami, the composer.
You make your own action scenes on the movie, all of them?
Yes. I did the driving. See you later. Bye.
Never gone. I'm always going to be in your presence.
Oh, good. This is Brian Razor, everyone. Dear friend, good mate.
Dear friend, 25 years.
25 years, buddy.
Yeah, I did the action. I mean, Mark Mottram, who's my good friend and my stunt double from the days of James Bond, he jumped on board. We called on favors from people, and he brought the crew over to Belgrade. And he's someone who's a mate, and everyone worked their ass off to bring the action sequences together on the streets. Belgrade, Serbia, they embraced us. They allowed us to go into government buildings and palaces, and to put 10, 12 cars on the street in live traffic. Can't get away with that in LA. To blow the shit out of stuff on the streets. It was really funny. The day we blew that truck up, there was a woman up in the window, and she was an opera singer. She kept on singing. She was doing the scales. It was really bizarre. It was kind of, they let us do our thing. So yeah, the fight sequence was, I can still throw a punch. It's all just great acting, really. That's what it is. And there were no accidents, which is good. Because when you move fast and time and budget, stuff like that, we don't want any mishaps. So we had really great people.
And I was very surprised by the tone of the movie. It's spectacular, intense, funny, but a little bit violent too. It's very tough, very bloody.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, without any complex.
Well, we wanted it to be gritty, hard, and the character is a cultured, badass, sassy uncle with a mangled heart who's been maligned by his superiors. We wanted to push the envelope there as much as we could with the violence without losing the audience. so you're playing with the audience constantly, and that's what we wanted, and that's what we did.
Would you like to go back on shooting with Martin again?
If there was the right project, yes. He's been here, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to him in a while.
Do you think you could be Deauville again?
Well, I will be. Relativity have asked for the next one. They really love the character and love the film that we made. And so Ryan Kavanagh, Relativity, want the next one. And we've already started discussions on which book and what to do and where to go and how to do it.
Maybe in France.
Good morning. It's me. Thank you. Well, come on now. It was the end of the day.
It's recording.
It is recording. I know it's recording. Coffee not beer. It's noon. Maybe it's time for a beer. I mean, we developed this character with the intention of having a franchise, finding something for me to occupy my days, to make a living, to pay for my boys through college, to live the lifestyle I'm accustomed to. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And Bill Granger created this wonderful, complex character. It was set in the Cold War era, and our writers, Carl and Mike Finch, really did a great job of making it relevant. And we look like we're ahead of the curve with the story that we have: Chechnya, Russia, you know, a rotten president, a corrupt president. So, but the geopolitical state of affairs that we find ourselves in now is really kind of prickly and dangerous. Having just been in Moscow for the first time yesterday, last few days, and presenting the film, which I think they enjoyed. There was a few people who wondered, get a bit pissed off that it's the Russians being the bad guys, but the CIA are the bad guys in this film. It's an ambivalence to both sides.
You already worked with Roger Donaldson, and does working together, is that different on November 9th?
No, it's the same. We're the same guys. You know? We're still both passionate filmmakers. We love making movies. He's very hardworking, very disciplined. He comes fully prepared. We presented him with the script, November Man, and there were some areas which he didn't like, and he had to sit with it and make it his own, as any director does, because we didn't have him in on the ground floor, so to speak. But yeah, it's always a joy to work with Roger, because I don't really like discussions. If it's on the page and it's there and it's tangible and palpable, get in, shoot it, do it, be ready. And he's a shooter. He's a great guy to work with.
November Man seems like an old school action movies from 80s or 90s. What do you think of the action movies now?
I think they're great.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I mean, when I saw The Bourne Identity for the first time, it was an incredible sensation, a cinematic sensation to sit there, swept along in this turbulent, frenetic hydraulics of action. And I realized in that moment, life had changed. I thought, changes, everything falls apart. My days as Bond were brilliant, beautiful, incredible. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these movies. I love going to see these kind of movies. I love the cinema. I love being turned on by a great movie, a great actor or actress, and it's just, wow, I want to be that guy. So I get to be that guy. As a guy, I get to be that guy. If that makes sense. When I was young, when I was a teenager, I wanted to do movies. I dreamt about it. And somehow it came true. But nothing comes from nothing. It's all just hard work. Keep showing up. It's all about doing of it, perseverance, and trying to get better.
How did you work with the other actors in the movie? Did you make some rehearsals?
We didn't really, you know. Don't remember rehearsing. We just went on the streets and started shooting. But it's good like that. Some pieces, you know, that are densely written and heavy on dialogue, it's good to hear it and play it out. But something like this, it's immediate. You want to be fresh. So you just jump straight in. And we started in Montenegro with the opening sequence, the cafe.
Can you talk about your collaboration with Olga Kurylenko on this film?
Well, Olga we'd seen in The Hitman, and I loved her. I just think she's such a sensual woman, a young actress who is just, you know, maturing and going from strength to strength. It takes a long time to be an actor, to make an actor. And so we wrote it for her, with her in mind. And we needed someone who could play that cipher, that type of woman. And she has those ingredients. And she's just so beautiful in the film. She plays with a strong femininity, sensuality, and heart. And I'm just so happy for her, because I'd seen Quantum of Solace, so it didn't really work, I don't think, as a Bond movie. But I had my own moments. So I know what it's like. Just wish the world for her. That she will now go on and find good characters and good directors, because she has great potential. And likewise Lou Gracie, you know, this young man who is just starting his career. He's diamond in the rough, but you know, he's gonna really make something of himself. We did this film with the intention of passing the baton on.
You played James Bond. You're still in good shape. You are an action guy. Now we're waiting you in Expendables.
No.
No?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, that was just a rumor. That was just some kind of... Somebody said, would you like to be in? And I said, yeah, sure. However, no script has arrived on my doorstep. And let's see what the paycheck is like. No, I mean, I've never seen one of them, but I hear, you hear what you hear. I think the audiences love seeing all the guys together. I loved all those guys. I think they're my heroes as well. Arnold, Sly, Sylvester. I have great respect for Sylvester Stallone. I really think he's acquitted himself so well over the years. That he brought all these men together to make such entertainment. It's magnificent. There's nothing concrete there.
As great movie actors, do you plan to come back on a TV series?
You know, the world of cable TV is so exhilarating and so fertile. And Bo and I have developed a show called The Crusades. So, tricky waters. The Crusades. But nevertheless, we have developed a project around the Third Crusades. We're going to set sail with Spike TV to try and make it.
You have a lot of projects incoming. What are the one you're most excited about?
I'm excited by that. There's 3 movies coming up here. I've done 7 movies in the last 2 years, so the next one is Survivor with Mila Jovovich. James Lateef is a wonderful director. Really good director. I got a film with the Deauville brothers. Again, really great young filmmakers, called The Coup, which I've seen, which is a rocker. It's really good. It's really good. Owen is fantastic in the movie. Lake Bell is fantastic in the movie. And I'm in there doing my thing. And the work is good. I love The Coup. And then of course there's The Moon and the Sun, playing Louis XIV, which was an amazing experience. To be in Versailles, to play Louis XIV, to be in the Hall of Mirrors for 4 days, 4 nights. And it's a wonderful story, great actors. So I'm excited for those films.
You played a very badass and funny character in The World's End.
Yes.
Could you tell us more about?
Well, I'm a big fan of all those guys. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. I just love those movies, and I love that ensemble of actors. So the guys called me up and said, "Will I be in it?" And I jumped at the chance to sit around a table with them and watch them do their thing. And play Professor Shepard, I think. Yeah, my head explodes. So it's just silliness. It's just on a grand level. So, you know, I'm at a point in my career and time in life where it's just fun to play. And to little movies, big movies, small movies, crazy movies. Have fun.
Do you have any director you want to work with and you don't have the chance to do it before?
David Fincher. I used to work with Martin Scorsese. I used to work with I lost this question on the names, got right out of my head. So give me some names. Who do you want? Classic. Grandmaster. Grandmaster. Truly the Grandmaster. Incredible to look at his works and films that he's done. How he's acquitted himself through the decades. Yeah, okay, let's put it like that.
Thank you.
Stephen,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.